scammy.
Well, 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 what a surprise. The Nintendo Switch Mini has finally been revealed and is called the Nintendo Switch Lite. Now I got a Switch Mini from Taobao. It turns out it wasn't even a Switch Mini. I mean, I heard rumors about it, but I had no idea that it was real. But it turned out to be fake. And a lot of other people got mad when they watched the video, saying it was a scam and the worst joke ever.
Well, it was April Fool's, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, and there was even a note in the box that said that, but anyways, this isn't about the Switch Mini video. That's in the
Mm.
past. Even in the intro, that's in the past. What I'm going to talk about is the Switch Lite. It's going to get kind of hard used to saying that. Remember when you had to go from NX to Switch? It's going to take a while.
I mean, to be fair, I kind of predicted that they might go with the Switch Lite title a while back. I didn't know if they were going to go with Mini, because to be honest with you, I don't know if it's like significantly smaller than the original Switch. Like, it's probably smaller by a few inches, but
Well, the Wii
I
Mini
don't.
wasn't that much smaller than the Wii, but it was called that.
Yeah, but who cares about that piece of crap?
Well, some people did.
Like you?
Yeah.
Womp womp womp.
So, the reveal was surprising. We all knew it was going to happen. It got leaked before. There was actually a picture of the shell of the Switch Lite leaked on some Chinese website. So,
Yeah.
there was a little bit of debate whether that was real or not, but it turns out it was. It was a turquoise color. But the reveal was
Mhm.
just so unexpected. Because if they were going to reveal something
Yeah.
like this, I would think it would be at an investors meeting or something. But that didn't happen. It was just revealed out the blue, no warning at all. Woke up,
Right.
saw a text saying, I knew it would be called the Switch Lite.
I wonder who that was.
But I
Yeah.
saw the reveal. It just
You
showed
want to
Koizumi
go straight
talking
into
about...
impressions?
Yeah. So the reveal trailer, it wasn't really a reveal trailer, it was just Koizumi talking about it. I don't really
Hello?
think it needed a whole introduction, but here are my thoughts on it. So, everyone expected this. The design is just pretty much a handheld Switch because apparently, and I say apparently, it's handheld only. So this is pretty much just a smaller version of the Switch that has a D-pad and lacks some features like HD rumble and the IR camera. And they say
Mhm.
you can't connect it to a TV, but I find it suspicious because on the bottom of it, it does have the TV connector, so I'm wondering, could you put it in a regular dock and it'll work? Or they're just not going to package the dock with it?
Hmm. Uh, I don't know. I would I would imagine it would be hard to put in the dock though, since it's significantly smaller than the original Switch.
I looked up
Unless
the
people.
dimensions. It's not that much smaller.
Yeah, but wouldn't the control sticks get stuck, in between the sandwich dock?
Good point. I didn't know that. I didn't think of that. So they might
Yeah.
just sell a separate dock. It doesn't make
Yeah.
sense that they would have that part if they weren't going to do something with it. I get focusing on the handheld play of it, but I don't know. They haven't
Mm,
confirmed anything yet. They haven't denied anything. But I'm just going to
mhm.
assume it's handheld only. Now, if it is, this isn't a good thing. It's okay not to sell it with the dock and then someone could just get a dock for it later on. But not
Mhm.
having the option is really bad, I think. Because that's the whole appeal of the Switch. It's the console you can take with you. Having the name
Mhm.
still be the Switch, obviously it's brand recognition. It doesn't make sense.
Well, here's what I think. I'm with you. I don't think I'm gonna get it, because I don't think it's targeted towards me. I think this is targeted towards, of course, younger kids and people who just use the Switch to play on the go. And there's actually quite a lot of people I know that bring their Switch on the go with them, and they barely play it on the TV. Um, it might be a good thing for them. Now, are there going to be problems with certain games for motion controls and HD rumble? Yeah, Not most games though. And you can get by a lot of those games without having to use it for the most part. Um, but I think as a concept, it's an alternative that is for people that is not targeted towards us, you know?
Now you could use that argument, but here's my problem with it. The
Hmm.
2DS was targeted towards a younger demographic or people that didn't want to spend the extra money to get the 3DS with the 3D feature they wouldn't use. But I think the 2DS was a great idea. I know you have your personal thing against it, but all it did,
Because you could have turned off the 3D in the
yeah,
settings.
but that costs extra money
Idiots.
to get a 3D or the 3DS. The 2DS is significantly cheaper and it's more durable.
What would you rather have, a clamshell design or a block of plastic?
Honestly, in the long run, I think the block of plastic holds up better because hinges get loose over time. But
Uh, I
despite
guess.
that, I think the 2DS did a great job because it removed the star feature of the 3DS, but it wasn't really something that was necessary for games to play them to the full extent, I think. Removing the 3D, some people didn't like it. I understand why they did that, but it wasn't called the 3DS Lite. It was called the 2DS. That way people would know that it doesn't play in 3D, and I thought it was a great idea. Now let's go on to another recent revision. This one's of a console. The Wii Mini, barely smaller than an original Wii, lacks pretty much everything that made the Wii great, and was just an overall terrible revision. I don't think the
Mm,
Switch Lite is as good of a revision as the 2DS, but I don't think it's Wii Mini level either. My reception's
no,
pretty mixed
yeah.
for it. I don't really know how to feel about it yet because will it have the ability to dock to a TV with a separate dock? That's what I'm wondering. Because it would
I
be nice to
don't
have a sleeker Switch. No doubt
I
about that.
I
But the
don't think
problem
it will
is,
be. Yeah.
the HD Rumble was kind of a big part of the Switch, too. There are
Mm.
certain moons you couldn't get in Super Mario Odyssey without it. So there might be a little bit of a problem with that. But yet again, no other Nintendo handhelds have had Rumble, but you're right, this is pretty much an alternative. But
Well,
will I
they
get
did
one?
say. Yeah.
Probably not. Probably not in the near future. If they come out with something like a transparent variety, like they did with the 2DS, I'll definitely pick those up. But for the time being, it's not something that really interests me. I think they're taking too many steps back when they're cutting corners. But overall,
Um,
I
I
can
don't
see
know
who
if
this is for, but I'm not
mhm.
too impressed.
I kind of disagree with the cutting corners thing. Yes, taking out HD Rumble for certain games is a little bit disappointing, but to be honest with you, most of the costs from the original Switch comes from the Joy-Cons themselves. Why? Because it has the unnecessary camera. And, you know, you got to be honest with me. I know you like HD Rumble, but barely any games use it. You only mentioned Mario Odyssey because really,
Actually, a lot of them do.
but it's
Mario Maker
not
makes pretty
used.
good use of it. Crash Insane Trilogy makes pretty good use of the HD Rumble where it feels like the Wumpa Fruits are going into the Switch. Katamari Damacy
Yeah,
re-roll.
but yeah, but here's the thing. It's an additional bonus. It's not something besides Mario Odyssey, it's not something that you really need, right? You could replace it with regular Rumble, except for Mario Odyssey, and you could basically still have the same kind of idea of what they're trying to convey. I know you like it, I know you do, but I do think it's kind of unnecessary, in my opinion.
Well, it could be, but it would be nice to have Rumble. They didn't say anything about that if they just have regular
Hmm.
Rumble. But if they're
If they,
removing HD
yeah,
Rumble and didn't say we're going to replace this with regular Rumble, I don't think it's happening. And that could be a problem with games like Super Mario Odyssey or games
mm,
that take advantage of it. But from
they
what I
did
know
say
about
it.
the IR camera,
Yeah.
though, nothing used that except for 1-2 Switch.
They mentioned 1-2 Switch in the video like we all play it. No, but I also remember in the video that they said specifically most games will be able to be played on Nintendo Switch Lite. So I think you're kind of right on the money where with the Mario Odyssey situation where certain moons can't be obtained because of the HD rumble, which is kind of an issue. Um, but I don't know. I'm not upset about it. I'm just kind of interested that Nintendo kind of oversaw this issue and just kind of brushed it off. Um, I don't know. I'm not upset about it. I'm not excited for it. I'm just kind of neutral about it. And I think part of the reason is because I'm waiting, I think like you are too and everyone else, for the big revision, which we're dubbing the Switch Pro right now, which is rumored to come out next year.
Hmm. It would be kind of nice if they announced that. That's more of a rumor than something that was confirmed. Like the Switch Lite, I mean, there was so much evidence pointing towards it. There kind of is for the Pro, but not as much. But besides the Rumble, I do think that it is taking a few missteps. For one, I don't think having it handheld only is a good idea because that just kills the point of the Switch. The compatibility is also a major issue. Thanks for bringing that up. I should have earlier. But the
Mm,
2DS could play every 3DS game without a problem. There were some stages in Super Mario 3D Land that required the 3D just for some illusion gimmick or whatever it was, but nothing
mhm.
as crucial as the moons in Super Mario Odyssey with the HD Rumble. If there's
Here's
actually
yeah.
compatibility issues with the Switch Lite, I was going to call it the Switch Mini, then that's a major problem, I think. Because the 2DS succeeded in being
Mhm,
something that was a good budget console
mhm.
and didn't remove a key feature because in reality the 3D was just a gimmick.
Here's the thing though. I think I know why they're doing the Switch Lite, and you probably know too. It's in it's pretty obvious. They're trying to coincide it with Pokemon. Um, as if Pokemon could get any more controversial.
Well, they already
Because
have a special edition Pokemon one.
that's why I'm saying. But I think,
Well, we all
the
had
only
that
reason.
idea before.
But no, yeah, but I think again, the only reason why they're doing it is to get. They're trying to get the remainder of the 3DS people to get a Switch, right?
Right.
Um, and a lot of the 3DS players don't like home console gaming. It's just like you'd be surprised. A lot of my friends who have 3DSs refuse to get a Switch because they think it's clunky and they don't like that it switches to a home console, which is really confusing to me. So I think the Switch Lite is targeted towards those people who value handheld play solemnly. Um, and I don't know if the HD Rumble thing is a huge deal in the big scheme of things, because really there's only really one game that uses it, and to an extent where you can't really progress forward in the game. The rest is just kind of cosmetic. Be honest with me. So I think they'll be fine in that regard. But again, I'm not really ecstatic, not really, disappointed. Just waiting for that Switch Pro announcement.
I am too. My battery's already getting kind of old on my original Switch, so I could send it in, but I think if the Switch Pro is coming soon, I was just gonna get that anyway. Probably not on launch day though, considering all the
Yeah,
problems the Switch had.
yeah, and I gotta get new Joy Cons this Christmas because every year, every year I gotta get new Joy Cons because they're crap.
But one
Please,
final
Nintendo.
note,
Yeah.
I don't really like the variety of colors. It's really weird to me. The DS Lite had
Ah,
a great selection of colors. They had blue,
yeah.
they had the red color, black, silver, pink. The DS
We
Lite
get
was one of
white.
Nintendo's sleekest consoles. White, of course.
Yeah. That was my first Nintendo console, so I agree.
And the Game Boy
Um,
Color had a really good lineup too, but I feel this one is a little bit weird of a selection. You got blue, I think a lot of people are going to get that one, the gray one, and then
yeah.
there's yellow. Now I like all these colors, but where's stuff like red, green, purple? Seriously, Nintendo used to be the king of purple consoles. What the heck happened?
I don't know.
And
I
maybe
think
orange?
orange would be neat, but I want orange Joy-Cons first, or if they make revised versions of Joy-Cons, Joy-Con Pro controllers that are orange. But that's dreaming right now. But I think the colors that they chose specifically are to target again little kids. And I'm not saying that the colors that you're suggesting won't work. I I just don't know. Um, I don't know if this will sell that well, to be honest with you.
Oh, I think it'll
Um,
sell really well. We didn't think the
really?
2DS would, but that was pretty much the 3DS. So much so that they stopped advertising for 3DS and just said new
Well,
2DS
he-
XL, and that's the one
well,
that they're
here's
pushing.
the thing is that there's still that Pokemon controversy going on, and I think when does Pokemon come out? October or something?
November, I think. But that's
November?
just one
Okay.
game. There are so many great Switch games. A lot of people are going to get it for games like
It
Super
might
Mario
they
Maker
yeah
2, Super
they
Mario
might push it.
Odyssey, Mario
They
Kart.
might they might push it for Christmas. So maybe it has a shot. Uh, I just don't know if I care about it that much, you know?
Yeah, I'm kind of mixed on it. I think I might get one in the future if they come out with some cool variety or something, but as of now, I don't plan on getting one. It's a good alternative to have. Nothing wrong with
Hmm.
giving people more
Now,
options, but it's
before we
just
sign
nothing I'm
off,
too excited for.
yeah, before we sign off, I wanted to ask, because I didn't actually look into this. Was it confirmed that the screen is 1080p? And did they say anything about the battery life?
I'll look it up. I know for a fact that the battery life is going to be a lot longer since the CPU isn't being drained as much.
I also heard that they're revising the CPUs in the original Switch model.
That's going to be kind of
So
like the N64s with the refresh rate, the ones they made after 96 or something.
yeah, so if the Switch Pro takes a while to come out, I might just switch to like a newer version of the Switch, the original Switch. But
So let's see right here. So the touchscreen is just 5.5 inches, which is the size of your smartphone screen probably. And the resolution is 240p. I'm kidding. It's 720p.
oh, okay, that's interesting because a lot of rumors were saying it was going to be 1080p.
That was just one
So
rumor. But I think for the Switch Pro, if they do 1080p with a glass screen, all for it.
yeah, and at least an attempt at 4K. I'm not saying you got to do what the Xbox and PS4 is doing, but 1440p or something would be nice.
But anyways, I think in the end, I think it's an okay revision. It's nice to have the options, but it's not something as great as the 2DS was, but it's not as horrible as the Wii Mini. I would say kind of on the level of the SNES Model 2, where it gets rid of some features, like the eject button, it got rid
Mhm.
of composite, or what was it called again? The video signal that's not AV, but it's oh, RF, that's what it was called.
Mm,
And they just cut costs to make it a little bit cheaper, but
yeah,
I think that this is not a step in the right direction, not a step back, just something that's okay. It's not something I'm angry
it's
about.
just
It
yeah,
just doesn't make sense that you can't connect it to a TV
it's
unless they
just
make a dock or
something.
something.
It's just again, I think it's targeted for people that don't like to play on the TV. I really think it's for people who
Well,
always
yeah,
play
but
on
that
the
doesn't
go,
give me
you
the
know?
right not to criticize it.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that I think for a certain specific group of people, it's great. But for you and me, we just don't really care, you know? And I'm fine with that. I'm not really upset or anything. I'm just waiting for something better. You get what I mean?
Until that transparent orange comes out, I'm not getting it.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Anyways, thanks for watching. I'm Demeech,
And I'm Ty the Guy.
and keep calm and da da on.
Peace.